Minecraft with no advancements is a challenge I've been doing for a few months now, and getting diamonds isn't exactly an easy task. But to understand why there's such a huge leap forward in progression for me, and how I get past the seemingly impossible hurdle, we need to understand how I got here. I made 2 videos before this, and if you have the time, I recommend checking it out, because it covers a ton of the restrictions I had on my journey and where I am today. And I should say now, my goal isn't to beat the game, but to do everything possible without getting a single advancement. My last video ended in the mushroom biome, so while I farm and build, I'll explain how I can do this. And it's all thanks to these guys right here. The biggest problem I knew I would have was the limit in tool progression. I can't get any cobble or stone picks, no iron ingots, armor or iron pickaxes, and no diamonds. There is absolutely no way around the cobble recipes or stone pickaxes, but I can cheat the iron advancement. By collecting naturally spawning iron nuggets, I can craft them into bars, and before placing them in my inventory, triggering the advancement, I can put it back into the crafting table to craft blocks, tools, and hoppers. Since the criteria for the advancement is specifically on iron ingots, I can get away with them, except for iron picks which carry their own advancement. Seeing that, you can understand why the cobble and diamonds are impossible. You can't exactly find cobble nuggets. And originally, I was happy with this, until I saw the auto crafter, being able to skip my inventory and collect blocks straight for crafting. And as much as this would open up my world for possibilities, I can't get one due to the crafting requirements. But there was a little bit of a lie when I said you couldn't craft cobble and diamonds. No, you absolutely cannot craft cobble no matter how much I really want to. But instead of trying to get diamond nuggets, what if I went the other way around and craft diamonds from the pure block? Now, all of this seems pretty far-fetched because where would you find a full diamond block spawning naturally? Yep, these sneaky little pillagers carry the key to my run, and it's hiding in the walls of their mansion. Woodland mansions have 2 rooms that can spawn diamonds, both hidden from the rest of the mansion, and each having a 1% chance of spawning. Now, getting this diamond block is no easy task, but not easy does not mean impossible. So let me take you on the journey on how you can get diamonds without getting any advancements in Minecraft. I start by locating a mansion containing one of the 2 rooms. A few mansions spawn close by my island, but none with diamonds, and only one with anything useful. An anvil will definitely be needed for some later projects I want to do in this world, but as of right now, my sights are set on diamonds. After searching for a while, I eventually find a mansion with a lava room inside, and conveniently placed on the outside of the mansion. Not so conveniently, it happens to be over 10,000 blocks away. I immediately start by waiting for day and return to my roots of indulging in copious amounts of water until I channel my inner powers and teleport. The normal way most people would collect the diamond block is with a pickaxe, but the best one I have is a gold pick, which pathetically can't even mine a gold block. So the way I'm going to collect the diamond block without a pickaxe is from TNT. At first, it might seem like a difficult item to obtain, considering the no killing rule, but it's actually not as hard to get as you might think. Blocks of TNT and gunpowder spawn naturally on lots of chests and structures, and if I hadn't found any before, I made a mob farm in my first video that's produced a couple stacks of gunpowder. At my original base, I collect a few important items to get the diamonds and set off on my journey. The most time-consuming part of adventuring is my hunger bar. Because of the husbandry advancement, I'm not able to eat any food. The only way I'm able to reset my hunger is by respawning. This on its own is bad enough, but paired with the fact that I can only respawn during the day makes it even worse. Another big time waste is having to wait out some nights. Not being able to sleep or defend myself from mobs is a big risk to take, not only considering I'll be teleported back to spawn, but I'll also trigger another advancement. This time, it's only some nights and not all nights because I won't have to deal with phantoms. Phantoms spawn on the player after staying awake for 3 nights straight, but sleeping's not the only way to reset this counter. I didn't know it in my first 2 videos, but dying also resets the phantoms, so I might not get the most restful sleep, but hey, I'm used to sleeping with the fishes. Not important to the mansion, but I found an igloo with a weakness potion inside. If I take it straight from the brewing stand, then I get an advancement, but by breaking the stand, I can skip the brewing stand menu and collect the potion without getting an advancement. After what seems like forever of dying and boating, I finally make it to the mansion. And just so everyone's aware, let's go over the plan just one more time. I loot these 2 fake portal rooms for ender pearls in case I need a quick escape. I might be closed off from the hallways, but I'm not sure if any Vexes can find me through the walls. And the last thing I'd want is to have something go wrong after traveling so far. I get rid of the lava and about to blow up the TNT when I notice it's about to turn night. I don't plan on staying for long after the TNT blows up, so instead of accidentally putting a hole in one of the walls, I wait out the night and have one of the worst sleeps of my life. After enough time has passed to make me feel safe, I blow up the diamonds and leave the premises ASAP. But not before just a little more loot.
We have a new world to conquer. You make me sick.
Leave me alone, please.
Hiding in the shadows. Hiding from who you truly are.
I can't take it anymore.
Don't ask me why I went back for 4 diamond hose. Don't ask me what I'll do with 4 diamond hose. Just accept the fact that I'm a man in the possession of 8 diamonds worth of hose. And if you've ever wanted to turn Minecraft into a horror game, just try to walk around with no food, no sleep, and not being able to hit back. It makes you look at this game very differently, very fast. Back at my Mushroom Island, and one of the few safe places in this game, I have to deal with my diamond block. Although not a big problem, the diamonds bring up a unique issue. Because I'm trying to avoid any diamonds from touching my inventory, I have to use the full diamond block in one craft. If I don't use up all 9 diamonds at once, then they'll go into my inventory automatically. Or if I fill up all my slots, then they'll fall onto the floor, which I won't be able to pick up to use again later. So now the question is, how will I use these diamonds? I'm able to make axes, shovels, and hoes. Swords are useless, and armor is off the table. I'll probably make a jukebox eventually to play my records, but that's about it. Other than one tool I haven't mentioned yet. I'm not sure why stone picks and iron picks carry their own advancement, while the diamond variant got forgotten about, but fortunately for me, this allows me to get a good pickaxe, which allows me to go underground for the first time in my world. But before I explore the mines, I need to explain what this box is. Since the only way to reset my hunger is by dying, I wanted to find a way to do this more efficiently. Normally, I would just put all my stuff in a chest and go find the nearest water source, but this took a long time. My first idea to speed up this process was to use a campfire and a hopper, so I would die to the fire, and then have a hopper put all my items in a chest so I could just loot that when I come back. And this definitely sped up the process a lot, but it was still pretty slow. Not only would I have to sort through my inventory after I took everything out of the chest, but beforehand I would have to take off any armor because the fire causes damage to it. So I went back to the drawing board to think of a new solution. My second idea was to use suffocation. Suffocation is similar to the campfire, causing damage immediately unlike drowning, but it doesn't cause any damage to my armor. My first version was to use a single piston, but this puts me in crawl mode instead of dying. This is something I forgot about that will actually be useful a bit later, but it's not exactly what I need right now. After about 3 more versions of this kill chamber, I settled on this build here. The 2 important features of this build are the pressure plate and the bed. The wooden pressure plate is needed because it can accept any input from any item I'm holding, as well as resetting itself automatically when I leave. The bed is placed in this specific area and surrounded by blocks. Because I cover all other spawn positions, I force myself to spawn on a single tile. When I die, instead of using a hopper and chest, my inventory will explode in this small area, which gets picked up automatically on respawn. The instant respawn paired with my armor not taking any damage makes this the best design I could come up with. So now that we know why I have this, let's go back to the underground topic. Why is it important again? Well, for a few reasons. It gives me more structures to explore, more blocks, and more crafting recipes. Admittedly, the crafting recipes aren't as groundbreaking as the diamonds or the iron discovery, but in a challenge like this, any kind of progress is a lot. That being said, since I don't have a given objective like killing the Ender Dragon, I have to make a few up. The 2 major objectives I have for this world is to see how many places I can explore and every block and mob I can collect. I also have a few personal projects like redstone automated farms and maxed out armor, and this is where my diamonds come in. I want a TNT duper. Other than the fact that I want to explode a massive hole in the ground, I can turn this into a tree farm later, which is actually very useful. I currently have access to iron and diamonds, but I have a very finite amount of these, so wooden tools are still needed. This probably also makes me the only person to own diamonds but still use wooden tools. But this isn't important right now. A TNT duper requires a few items that use iron, a detector rail, and a minecart. I'm able to craft these, but at the cost of half of my total nuggets. So instead of crafting, what if I just found these? With access to the underground, I can find both of these in mineshaft chests, saving me a stack and a half of nuggets. I prepare by getting my only allowed weapon, a ton of picks, water, torches, and blocks, as well as armor that I forgot about, but I'll put it on later. Accidentally falling into a group of mobs is very likely and would be terrible for me, because my strategy of running away isn't always guaranteed in caves. But despite that, I found a cave on my island to start mining, and oh my god, I did it already. This kind of world makes me unlearn so many rules and habits of Minecraft, and mining is no exception. I've mentioned this before, but I'll say it again now because it happens a couple times with the cobblestone. If I accidentally get any advancements from picking something up, I don't reset my world, but just get rid of the items and advancement and find a way to do it naturally. Like my mob spawner, I fill out my inventory and only collect the items I want. And this works for a little bit, until I do it again. When my pickaxe breaks, it opens a slot in my inventory letting cobblestone in. So not only do I need to use my inventory as an item filter, but I have to watch my pickaxe before it breaks, clear out any cobblestone, and then transfer a better pick into my hotbar. Seeing my absolute blazing mining speed, I thought of a different plan to make me go a bit faster. I'm mining to find a cave or mine shaft, so I don't care about finding any ores like normal strip mining. And this is where crawl mode becomes useful again. Instead of mining 2 blocks to move forward, if I place myself at a 1 block height, I can double mining efficiency. I go back to refill my pickaxes and get trapdoors to place myself into crawl mode. I find a cave and drop into it, collecting a few of the items I talked about earlier, but not much else. When I was looking for a woodland mansion in my world, I also saw some mine shaft locations. I knew roughly where they would be, but I wanted to find them on my own considering how big they can get. The cave didn't lead anywhere, so I went back to tunneling and figured if I hadn't found anything yet, then I must not be low enough. Immediately after digging down, I heard zombie noises, so I knew I was close.
Go all the way up. I want to do it. Stop hiding. You hiding forever. Ricky, when I catch you, Ricky. 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 Ricky, when I catch you, Ricky.
Anyways, after I find this little room that connects to the mine shaft, I break a few walls and search the area. But everywhere I go, there seems to be a dead end. I look around a little longer, but still show up empty-handed. I take my anger out on another bystander and quickly leave the crime scene. I find another cave on the north side of the island where I know another mine shaft is near. I can tell this one is bigger than the last one, which means two things: more loot and more mobs. My biggest fear of this place is the cave spider spawners. It's very hard to run away from these things, and since I don't have a normal way of getting my health back, the poison is even more lethal for me. After quite a bit more searching, I finally found a chest. And I'm not trying to be ungrateful here, but this is quite literally the worst loot I could come by. In my head, I was thinking, well, at least I have a minecart. But when I broke the minecart and the chest didn't separate from it, that should have been my first sign that something was wrong. The cave spider scared me by taking half of my HP, but fortunately, it wasn't much longer before I found the detector rail. I ran away as fast as I could and dug straight up to get away. When I pillar up, I have to swim up and then place blocks underneath my feet because I can't pick up any of the cobblestone around me to tower, and if I just tower normally, I'd run out of dirt. Yeah, that's my fault for digging straight up. I get home with the minecart chest, and you can see where my caveman brain sees the problem. Turns out, minecarts no longer separate from the block they hold, which is a good change for Minecraft, but it's mildly inconvenient for me. Which means, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to use some of my iron nugget reserve. You know, I don't know what I was thinking, but like, I really didn't need to do that. Like, it would have worked with a chest anyways. I don't know why I was so fixed with trying to separate this minecart, because like, it just works anyways. So like, I just wasted my time going down there, so I went down Coral Fan. Pretty simple. I bring a Silk Touch tool and collect the coral. Surprisingly, the closest warm ocean biome is 9,000 blocks away. But since I used 45 nuggets, I could use the extra time to loot up more shipwrecks.
My main goal is to blow up.
while I move the TNT duper and explode another hole is where I leave the world off for now. I'm planning on making one final video after this one, going over everything I have left to do in this world, as well as completing some goals from my last couple videos. I have a few extra goals in mind that I haven't mentioned yet, but if you have any suggestions on what I could get, then leave a comment and let me know. But that's all for now. Okay, bye bye!